Well, the social media generation believes in 3 C's: connectivity, content, and conversations. As a brand, our endeavor has always been to reach out to them through meaningful content, to always be connected with them, and to have conversations with them which are meaningful for them and help them solve their problems. As a brand, our approach on social media has always been guided by these 3 principles. And our metrics on social media have been best in class, to say so, in the category for sure. This has been made possible because as a brand, we have been focusing solely on helping our consumers using social media, either in resolving their queries or to help them take better decisions related to real estate or property purchase that they want to do. For social media, our objective has not only been to drive consumer engagement, which generally remains a primary marketing objective for a brand, but social media for us has also been a very, very big source of engaging and bringing on board new users who have hitherto not engaged with the brand or have not experienced the brand per se. And social media becomes a very good channel to reach out to these consumers and to bring them onto the brand, onto the platform, to let them experience the brand. So as far as our approach on social media goes, and as far as our objective of using social media or objective towards social media goes, it is twofold. One is to engage with new users, new consumers, and bring them onto the brand. And the second is to engage deeper with existing consumers of the brand and give them meaningful content and meaningful solutions using the platforms. Challenges on social media have been of attention, which is primarily a result of fragmentation and also attention span, the decreasing attention span that consumers have, and also of trust. While the first one is easy to understand because every other medium also faces the same challenge, it's more profound on social because consumers on social media tend to be a little more impatient in terms of what kind of content they want to engage with, interact with, and how do they choose to and when do they choose to engage with the content. But the second problem, which is the problem of trust, is very peculiar to the category per se. Given the challenges of real estate in past 2-3 years, the trust on brands has been at all-time low, to say so, and that reflects in consumers' behavior on social media as well. Not any kind of content therefore is lapped up by consumers or consumed or appreciated by consumers, but the content has therefore to be that much more hardworking in a sense to not only bridge this trust gap but go beyond that and play a meaningful role in the life of the consumer. So these have been primarily one is a category challenge, the other is a very social media or a medium specific challenge, but these two have been major challenges from a brand's point of view. Well, as a marketeer, I have been using digital marketing since its very early stages, from the very beginning of this millennium per se. And I have seen it evolve from a poor cousin of other mediums and primarily an awareness generator, to say so, to a full-fledged performance marketing channel which delivers across the entire funnel, right from acquisition to consumer retention now. So definitely the medium has come a long way, and in the process it has added a lot of complexities and specializations into it. And today digital or social per se has become a stand-alone channel of marketing in itself. So that's kind of coming a long way. In terms of changes of approach, from a brand point of view, I fundamentally see two very, very specific challenges or approaches now. One is a digital first or a social first approach. A lot of brands today, including us, today conceive a campaign as a social first campaign and targeting the mobile generation which consumes content largely on mobile as a platform today. A lot of campaigns today are designed to target this audience as a digital first campaign, and then it gets extended to other mediums as and when required. The second fundamental change in approach that I have seen, and we do practice as well, is to have digital only campaigns. A lot of campaigns today are meant only for digital media, and no other media is part of the marketing mix. And that's been a big achievement of digital stroke social, as a platform. And there are many examples around where campaigns have been conceived for digital as a medium only, and those campaigns have delivered required results to the brand without the help of any other surround media to say so. So I would say these are the two fundamental approaches or change in approaches that I have seen over the years. Well, storytelling has been fundamental to brand building since ages, or probably since ever. Every brand tells a story, every brand has been telling a story, and every brand continues to tell a story. Even when you think there's no story, there's actually a story. So, discount platforms also have a story to tell a consumer. So what you do see, for example, is the rates and discounts and everything else in offer. But there is this underlying story behind that. And that's a story of value for money and affordability. So storytelling has been very fundamental, and it will continue to be as fundamental. Cause marketing, on the other hand, has been used by brands very tactically over a period of time. Brands have taken up a certain cause which probably would have been part of the pop culture of that time, or would have been a cause worth taking up at that point of time, and done activations or activities around that. Cause marketing definitely helps in breaking the clutter and engaging with consumers in a very meaningful way, in a very non-brand way, if I can put it like that. So it has its own importance. However, it can deliver ROI only if brands believe in that cause genuinely. Just taking it up superficially, doing some superficial campaigns or activities around it, and not believing in it will not result in the kind of ROIs that brand would expect. So the key to cause marketing would always be to believe in that cause and to take up that cause as part of brand's agenda per se. So both on storytelling as well as cause marketing, you can't take consumers for a ride. Consumers today are well informed, well researched, and very discerning. Real estate is not an impulse purchase or everyday purchase category. Consumers do not come back to the platform therefore multiple times in the entire life cycle. You get the consumer only once probably, or at max twice in his entire life for property related matters. Now in such a circumstance you can see this as an opportunity as well as as a challenge. The challenge is obviously that you do not get consumers back that frequently, and therefore that reduces your ability as a brand to do multiple interventions. But at the same point of time, it also presents a unique opportunity. Unlike a lot of impulse purchase categories, real estate is a category where the decision making process itself has a long gestation period. Consumers typically take about 6 to 9 months before they make a decision, and during this 6 to 9 months they are with you as a brand, and that gives us a unique opportunity to create multiple meaningful interventions as business and as brand to help our consumers out. And here social media presents or gives us a very unique opportunity to reach out to them far more frequently. So while a consumer does a lot of research in the category and seeks a lot of information before he takes a decision, and there is a way to disseminate that information, social media is a very unique platform where these kind of informations can be given, packaged and given to the consumers in a very different manner, in a manner which is probably far more preferable by consumers today, which is a snacky content format and a slightly informal way of kind of connecting with consumers. So social media does give that opportunity. Otherwise, it's not possible using other media to be as snacky and as informal when you're conversating with a consumer. Social media is a very conversational platform, and that strength helps the brand to disseminate a lot of this information. So that's where social media plays a critical role. The other place where social media also plays a critical role in our scheme of things is while a consumer during this 6 to 9 month period when he's taking a decision comes to the platform or app per se, say 4 to 5 times to seek various information at various stages of his decision making journey. Social media is a channel where I can almost engage with the consumer on a daily basis if I wish to. And through meaningful content, through newer sets of information, and it's kind of push versus pull, right? So a consumer comes to the platform when he needs some information, whereas social media is more of a pull strategy where I reach out to the consumer and try to engage with him through meaningful content, even when the consumer is not thinking about at that point of time to come to the platform and do some research. So social media does come in very, very handy, and to that extent it's very, very important in our scheme of things. Also, we must keep in mind that in a tech-driven world, it's not the length of engagement that one has with consumers, but rather the depth of engagement that a brand has with consumers that matters most. As far as content formats are concerned, there are two ways to look at it. One is the form factor of the content, and second is the content per se. The form factor of the content very obviously in a social media environment has to be very, very snacky, very, very bit sized, and that's what consumers consume, and that's what consumers like to consume today. Increasingly we are seeing the role that video is playing, and it's kind of taking precedence over all other formats of content. So that's a clear direction we see there. The other direction we do see from a content point of view is the proliferation of vernacular consumption. And till yesterday, a medium where you mostly found content in English as a language. Today, you have plethora of content and probably more content available in regional languages and languages of consumers per se. And that's another trend that's very, very clear. The second point is about the content per se. The content meant for social media or digital platforms have to have a certain tonality. The tonality needs to therefore take care of how a consumer would choose to react to you, because typically a social media consumption happens in a certain context, in a certain environment, maybe on the move or maybe in a short free window where a consumer is consuming this content. One has to keep that in mind, and therefore we try not to have too much loaded content given to consumers because maybe consumers may not have time to go through a loaded content. So we try to simplify the content itself for consumption of the user, but we try to keep it relevant and informative at the same point of time.